wow. I mean, like a lot of things to cover. We're going out bottom of the sixth, and I was going out to talk to Jordan to make a pitching change. And as I was walking out, his eyes looked up towards, I guess it's the third base line, the top deck. And, so my eyes turned around and obviously people were kind of taking cover, and, we didn't really know, what to think. And he's like, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And, it kind of registered what it possibly could have been. And then obviously it was just, it's a nightmare. It's the thing maybe you think about in the back of your mind. We got the guys, as quick as we could. You're getting off the field and trying to get them in the dugout and get them in, and just a lot going on. And then it dawns on you, the bullpen guys and the families, and just moms, dads, brothers, children. It's a lot. As we got into the dugout, and then, we went down the tunnels, and the families, were coming in, and seeing, the fans, the people, know our guys as, the Padres, the baseball players, but, they're in there, their dads and their husbands and their sons, and seeing them with their families, and seeing the, kids that, were a little bit shaken. And then, there were, people that weren't families, but we're all humans, and seeing national fans with their children and getting them in and trying to everybody to keep calm. And I will say this, quickly, we had security and officers in blue, and they were there, and they were there protecting. They were running towards gunshots. Davey Martinez reached out, this morning, and what a class act. The Nationals from all aspects, and certainly want to thank their security people that are putting their lives on the line. Definitely a time to step back and say thank you. You see everything in a quick, when things are happening, pretty quick. I couldn't be any more proud to be a Padre, to be with the men in there. And obviously they're going out, they're thinking of their loved ones, and they're getting their families. And then it's just human nature. They're seeing fans and seeing people in panic. They did the right thing. And, they obviously thought the safest place, maybe from where the shots were, and you don't know what's going on exactly, but they thought maybe the dugout could have been the safest place. And they led and welcomed and guided, people in there. And I couldn't be any more proud to have those players a part of our team. Maybe about 30 minutes, after the first shots, and, we started to get word that everything happened right outside the stadium. That's when, some of the things that you think are the worst kind of nightmare coming to truth. So that's when, we started to feel a little bit safer, or a little bit better. You never feel good, great, anything about, that type of incident. But maybe 30 minutes after is when we started to breathe a little bit.
And you were quite a ways away from the bullpen, right? So, you must have felt a little feeling of helplessness at that point. Can you describe that for me?
Yeah. once we got in there about 20, 30 seconds, and the position players, everybody that was in the dugout was kind of in the tunnel in the cage area, and families were pouring in. You start thinking about, I started going up. I'm like, what about the bullpen guys? So I went up to grab my phone. And as I was going up the stairs, you don't know what's going on. So it's, hey, are all the doors locked, getting into the locker room and all those things. And then we start to figure out, does anybody have a phone down in the bullpen, and how can we get a hold of those guys? And then we got word that they were kind of hunkered down and that they were safe. And so those are a couple of things that went on, over the first couple minutes.
And again, I see how emotional you're getting, and for obvious reasons. You think about your family. What are you thinking about when you're kind of tearing up there? The players, fans, family, all of it, probably.
Yeah, I think all of it. And I just can't say how honored and proud I am to be with the group of players and staff that I get to work with day in, day out. Like I said, I think most people see them as baseball players, and when you get to see them as caring human beings, doing the right thing, loving husbands and sons and fathers, I'm honored to be a part of it.
Given the state and the emotions of everyone in the clubhouse on both teams, was there any thought of not playing this game today?
No, we haven't had any discussion, like that. It was, we knew we weren't going to probably come back and play last night. And so once we got kind of word where it was safe for us to go back to the hotel, the plan from last night was to finish the game from yesterday, and then quickly after that start the third and final game of this series. So we haven't had any discussion otherwise.
And quickly, what do you expect the state of the clubhouse to be today?
I think, everybody's going to be, a little bit different, a little bit individual. I think, everybody kind of handles, situations, a little bit differently, but the power we have is going to be just the power of one another, leaning on one another, relying on one another. And, that's how we're going to get through today. And that's how we're going to move forward.